Roman Reigns praises The Rock. Brock Lesnar attacks Oba Femi backstage. WrestleMania 42 stage leak surfaces. WWE monitors talk on Pat McAfee. McAfee return scraps celebrity match. Nikki Bella injury concern. WWE star may miss all of 2026. Matt Cardona addresses fan issue. All that and more is coming your way. Why not hit subscribe and drop a like already? Let's dive straight into the action, starting with Brock Lesnar launching a backstage assault on Oba Femi. Brock Lesnar is advertised for the final episode of Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 42, where he's expected to share one last moment with his opponent, Oba Femi. Their rivalry has been intense from the start, delivering a rare big fight atmosphere that some fans feel has been missing elsewhere on the card. But what exactly will happen during this final encounter? Could WWE be saving a major twist? One possibility is that Lesnar doesn't wait for the ring at all and instead hunts Femi down backstage, attacking him when he least expects it. Throughout their feud, Lesnar hasn't consistently had the upper hand, while Femi has been presented as a dominant force, even taking control during their chaotic contract signing last week. So what if the Beast decides enough is enough and strikes first? Imagine Lesnar finding Femi backstage and unleashing a brutal assault, leaving him weakened just days before WrestleMania. Would that give Lesnar the edge, or would it make Femi's potential victory even more impressive if he overcomes the odds? Another route WWE could take is yet another all-out brawl between the two giants. Interestingly, these two haven't needed lengthy promo battles to sell their feud. Their story is simple and effective, a clash to determine the most dominant powerhouse in WWE. Lesnar, possibly alongside Paul Heyman, could confront Femi in the ring, only for chaos to erupt once again. But this time, maybe Lesnar finally gains control and delivers a devastating F5, shifting momentum in his favor. Would fans react louder to that moment than any promo exchange? It might be exactly what the feud needs heading into WrestleMania. There's also the possibility that Lesnar takes things in a different direction entirely by demanding a stipulation for their match. Picture Lesnar and Heyman approaching Adam Pearce backstage, insisting on a no disqualification match, a falls count anywhere stipulation, or even something more unique like a bull rope match. Wouldn't adding a stipulation instantly raise the stakes and make their clash feel even more unpredictable? Fans are already expecting a brutal encounter, so adding a twist could elevate it even further. Of course, there's still the option of a verbal confrontation. Despite weeks of tension, Lesnar and Femi haven't really gone back and forth on the microphone. Could that change on this final Raw? What if Heyman begins speaking, only for Lesnar to take over and deliver a rare, intense promo aimed directly at Femi? Would hearing Lesnar speak more add depth to the rivalry, or is the silence what makes it special? And then there's the biggest possibility of all, Lesnar putting his career on the line. Rumors have been swirling for months about a potential retirement in 2026, especially with SummerSlam set for his hometown. So what if Lesnar uses that speculation to his advantage and announces that his career is at stake at WrestleMania? Would that instantly make the match must-see? Fans already witnessed AJ Styles step away recently, so the idea of losing another legend could create real emotional investment. But would that also make the outcome too predictable if Lesnar isn't actually planning to retire? Moving on, talk has exploded online about a leaked WrestleMania 42 stage photo. With the event just days away, fans are eagerly anticipating every detail, from match outcomes to stage design. A photo recently surfaced claiming to show construction at Allegiant Stadium, but it turns out the image is actually from last year's setup. Did that fool you at first glance? The real construction is expected to begin soon, with an official reveal likely dropping later this week. What kind of stage are you hoping for this year? Something massive and flashy, or a more classic design? Meanwhile, speculation continues about The Rock's involvement. After being mentioned by CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, many believed he'd appear in Las Vegas. Some even think he's secretly orchestrating alliances behind the scenes, including the connection between Pat McAfee and Randy Orton. But recent reports suggest The Rock may not appear at WrestleMania at all. Would that disappoint you, or do you think WWE should hold off for a bigger moment later? Especially after CM Punk took shots at him on Raw, mocking his Hollywood career, the tension feels real. Could WWE be setting up a surprise anyway, or is this truly a year without the final boss? Now let's talk about the Pat McAfee situation and whether WWE is restricting talent from speaking about it. Despite rumors, reports indicate that WWE hasn't placed any limitations on wrestlers discussing the storyline. Damian Priest recently spoke openly about it, sparking speculation, but insiders say the company is actually fine with the buzz. Isn't it interesting how WWE sometimes leans into controversy instead of shutting it down? By allowing talent to speak freely, the conversation keeps growing and the storyline stays relevant. Do you think that's a smart strategy, or could it backfire if opinions get too critical? Either way, the McAfee angle continues to generate attention heading into SmackDown. Speaking of McAfee, his return has reportedly led to a major change: the cancellation of a celebrity match. Jelly Roll had been building toward WrestleMania bout involving The Miz, Kit Wilson, and Danhausen, but that direction has suddenly shifted. Instead, Jelly Roll is now tied into McAfee's storyline, even attacking him multiple times. Doesn't that feel like a sudden pivot? While it adds star power to one storyline, it leaves others without a clear path to WrestleMania. Could WWE still find a way to include those names on the kickoff show, or have they missed their chance? It's a surprising move, especially since the original feud seemed to have a clear payoff. Now attention turns to a troubling injury update, as one WWE star may miss the entirety of 2026. Elton Prince suffered a serious neck injury during a match in 2025, and despite successful surgery, recovery is expected to take a long time. Isn't it always tough seeing momentum come to a halt like that? His tag partner, Kit Wilson, has stepped up as a singles competitor, but the absence of Pretty Deadly as a team is definitely noticeable. Do you think Wilson can maintain his momentum on his own, or will the team struggle to regain its footing once Prince returns? Injuries like this remind everyone just how unpredictable the business can be. Another injury concern involves Nikki Bella, whose WrestleMania status is now uncertain. During a recent match, she landed awkwardly and initially feared she had broken her ankle. Thankfully, it appears to be a sprain, but even that can be serious depending on severity. She managed to finish the match, which is impressive, but should she have continued? With WrestleMania so close, the timing couldn't be worse. Do you think WWE should pull her from the match to avoid further damage, or let her compete if she's cleared? Fans are now waiting on MRI results to determine her fate. Lastly, Matt Cardona addressed a fan incident that gained attention online. A fan claimed he followed through on a bet after Cardona's Intercontinental Championship win years ago, only to be blocked by the star on social media. Cardona responded by clarifying that the account in question isn't blocked and suggested any block would have been for inappropriate behavior. Do situations like this get blown out of proportion too easily? Cardona, now back in WWE, is also celebrating being included in WWE 2K26 as a DLC character, even performing motion capture for the game. Isn't that a milestone many wrestlers dream of achieving? From controversies to comebacks, his journey continues to evolve. Finally, Roman Reigns reflects on The Rock's influence and legacy. Coming from the same legendary family, Reigns spoke about how unmatched The Rock's rise was, dominating WWE for a short period before seamlessly transitioning into Hollywood. Can anyone ever replicate that path again? Reigns doesn't think so, calling it a once-in-a-lifetime run. He also made it clear that his mission is to elevate championships to a level no one else can. Do you agree with his claim that there's a difference when he holds a title compared to others? Between bold statements, family pride, and even a humorous warning to his daughter's boyfriend, Reigns continues to command attention both in and out of the ring.